Wednesday night baseball on from Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Tonight we wrap up this three-game series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The Angels have won 5 games in a row. They'll look for number 6 right after this. Garrett Richards gets the ball for the Angels in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Here's George Springer, and we are set for baseball here this evening. And a full count to George Springer. It's 3-2. Game time temperature here an even 60 degrees. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Dero, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Matty, this lineup is built on one thing. Their best tool is the fact that they have amazing speed up and down the lineup. I don't even think the third base coach gives a steal sign. I think a lot of these guys have the green light. So be on the lookout for that today.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. His past history with Richards, he's just 1 for 6. Now the 1-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Bregman has a .280 batting average. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Alex Bregman goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. And what does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
So 1-1. Misses for the second ball. So, fellas, this Angels team entering play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell the look in their eye. They feel good about where they're at. They've won a few games in a row, and they look to continue that trend today.
3-1 to him now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, I get it. You're all in fastball. You're pulling the trigger at almost anything. That is way too high. He's going to have to lower his sights.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Another full count pitch home. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. Now the Angels will get their first crack at it. No score. Justin Verlander will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's number. One of the things that jumps out at you is that ERA. It's into the 4s. But that doesn't necessarily indicate what kind of pitcher this guy is. If he brings his A game, he can shut anybody down. The problem he's had so far this season, he's been a little bit inconsistent. He's a better pitcher than that ERA over the 4s indicates.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 ball.
He might want that pitch back, up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
This is flared right back over the mound. Altuve with a bare hand. He is out. Now the moment now to take a look at the starting nine for Mike Scioscia's Angels. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
You know, Ian Kinsler is a difference maker right now. You can bet the opposition spent a decent amount of time crafting a game plan to stop this guy, because as he goes, so goes the team. You stop him, you've got a chance to win. You don't, you're probably going to lose.
Here's Chris Young. His line against Justin Verlander. He's only 1 for 10. Shohei Ohtani will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher right there, stealing a strike with that get-me-over breaking ball, and now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
Pitch popped up. Correa trying to get there. Throw on to first, and Verlander's got it going here. 2 away. But hold on here now. He jumped out of that dugout in a hurry. He might ask for that out call to be reviewed.
Yeah, he may, Matt, but I think he'll see what his replay guys think first. Looking at it again, man, I can't tell for sure if he was out or not. Tough call.
So here's the signal from the dugout, and it appears they will decide not to challenge the call on the field, so the runner is out at first. Into the box now, Justin Upton. Swing and a miss, got him reaching. McCann corrals it, and that ends the inning. Angels go down 1-2-3. Still no score. Here's Carlos Correa now. His past history with Richards. He's a .375 hitter. He's taken him deep once. Correa in front, 3 balls and a strike.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those. Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Hit in the air to center field. Trout has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Time for a look at the Angels on defense. And let's focus on Cole Calhoun. I feel one of the most underrated ball players in all the game. Gold Glove winner, makes some real highlight plays out there. Just got a nice feel for the game.
Stepping into the box, Yuli Gurriel. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. Swing and a line drive, but that's a foul ball.
Little guessing game going on right now. Being late on that fastball after the change. He had to be sitting off speed right there.
The next 3-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
Kinsler for 1. Over to Pujols, and it's a double play that'll get him out of the inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Albert now. His line against Justin Verlander. He has 7 hits in 26 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. Stays alive, still 0-2.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Soft liner to the right side. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Time for a look at the Astros on D. And let's focus our attention on the guy behind the plate putting the digits down. That's Brian McCann. I don't think he gets enough credit for his defense. The ability to massage a pitching staff, soft hands, and a nice throwing arm to second base. We already know from the offensive side he's a multiple-time All-Star with the ability to launch.
Ready now for L.A., Andrelton Simmons. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
It's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. This is line to left. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch to end the inning. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. His past history with Richards. He brings a more than respectable .357 batting average. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. Richards has a reputation, or a knack if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a starter, that's certainly a valuable characteristic to have.
Matty V, and I'm going to tell you who likes this. The bullpen likes it, and the manager likes this, because most pitchers are going to get into trouble at least 1 or 2 times during the course of a start, and it's nice to know as a manager that you have a guy that's out there that can pitch with. Men on base and wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career.
The next 1-2 pitch. Missed with a slider. The 2-2. Shot toward right center. And there's the first hit of the game for Houston.
Not every day that you see a ball come off the bat like that one did, and looking at it again on show track, we see it a lot faster than it came in. 113 miles an hour. Couldn't have hit that one much better than that.
Striding in for Houston, Tony Kemp, and he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Now the 1-1 pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Gaddis, base runner at first with 1 out. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball.
When you have 2 strikes on you, as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage with it. That was a missed opportunity.
Got him to go down swinging there. Tony Kemp goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Outside was the fastball as the count moves to 2-1 now. The 2-1. On he goes the other way, and he drives it out to deep right center field. And he will get there as he had to cover a lot of ground to make that play. And that ends the inning. 1 left for Houston. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. So he notched the backwards K on that one. Ian Kinsler is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the third. In now for the Angels, Cole Calhoun. Here's Verlander now on 0-2. Swinging a soft liner. Throw, and he's called out on a close play at first. And it doesn't look like the manager fully agrees with that out call at first. It appears he may opt to challenge it and have the play reviewed.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word is from the dugout. But here's another look at it. Wow. Tough to tell if he was out for certain from that angle. I can see why this was a really tough call for the umpire.
Standing in, Martin Maldonado. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Grounded down the third baseline. Bregman gloves it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Nothing doing against Verlander that time around. Still nothing. Digging in to try it again. Alex Bregman comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get base runners on and get him in, but that hasn't been the case.
This is on the ground over to first, and he'll step on first himself for the out. So the bases are empty with one man gone, and striding in the speedy second baseman Jose Altuve. 2 balls and a strike to Jose Altuve. Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now, just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
And he looks at one in there, 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Astros go down 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Mike Trout ready to settle in and kick off the inning. Matt Vasgersian joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac with you in the booth. High in the air out to center field. Springer has a read on it. He's got it one away.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Digging in for his second at bat, Shohei Ohtani. Close pitch, but just a bit outside. He wanted it, but it's 2-1.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
Swing and a little tapper. That's a foul ball. Line drive to left. And the Halos have their first hit of the game.
Sometimes you just got to trust your hands. That pitch probably wasn't even in the zone. He was able to fight it off for a base hit.
Into the box, Justin Upton. Now a ground ball for Altuve. This might be two. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Next up for the Astros, Brian McCann. He flew out in his last at-bat. 1-2.
Hey, that's another nice two-seamer right there. He's been able to manipulate that pitch all game, keeping it at the hollow of the knee, getting a lot of ground balls and a lot of swing and miss.
A 2-2 count to the Astros catcher. The 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in his zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
Calhoun moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1.
First baseman number 10.
Now the Cuban import, Yuli Gurriel. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4. Evan Gattis now standing in, and we'll see if they can make him pay for the 2-out walk. Always considered a big no-no, of course. And he misses again, ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Left fielder.
The 1-1. It's a fastball that misses.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone, and with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Fastball in there, 3-2. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. Line to the right side. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. Lifted the other way to left center. Upton's after it. And he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is left stranded. A couple of walks, but no damage. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Striding in once again, Albert Pujols. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now the 3-2 pitch. He's offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3. Ready for another chance. Andrelton Simmons looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. 2 balls and a strike to count to Andrelton Simmons. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A bouncer to the left side. Bregman has it. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Third baseman number 7.
Stepping in and ready for another shot. Zach Cozart. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's a huge swing by Cozart and a drive to deep left field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. Solo shot here to left. 6th home run on the season for him as the Angels take a 1-0 lead.
I know I get big money for my expert analysis, but this is pretty simple. If you put a fastball up in the zone, over the heart of the plate, this guy's going to turn it around in a heartbeat. This one was no shocker.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Hit on the ground toward the left. Bregman fields it cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Here's George Springer. Will start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2. The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Skied into straightaway right. Calhoun has a read on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
The second baseman, number 27,
Digging in to try it again, Jose Altuve. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And oh, that should have been ball 4 there, but it's a called strike, and that runs things full at 3-2. And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
the batter, number 1.
Ready once again, Carlos Correa. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Count is 1-2 now.
Got to believe the pitcher and catcher understand the fact that he's covering away, and he's covering way away. Don't be shocked if he comes in with something.
And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double, and maybe a tough break as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third.
Big spot right here. That's a great.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. 2 left for the Astros. It remains 1-0. Cole Calhoun will stand in now. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Altuve waits on it, looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
Now batter, catcher, Martin Maldonado.
Ready now for L.A., Martin Maldonado. The 1-1. Misses above the zone for a ball. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Line drive to left. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Absolutely jumped all over that fastball, and it might have been a home run if he had any elevation under it, but it was basically right at the outfielder.
Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Wow, that was an ugly swing right there, and that tells us all we need to know. Nobody's picking the baseball up off this guy.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
Angels are gone in order, but they're up 1-0. Back here at Angels Stadium of Anaheim, the Angels are out on top in this one as we get caught up on our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Digging in once again, Yuli Gurriel. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Grounded to first. Pujols has it, and a step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, right fielder, Josh.
So 1 gone in the inning, and that brings up the right fielder, Josh Reddick. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows his team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game. So a big moment here, and standing in, Evan Gattis. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. He's set. Here's the 2-2.
Loud contact there, but it's well foul.
The 2-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Ready for another shot now, Tony Kemp. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Reddick is off at first with 2 away. And a fastball just a bit up. George Springer would be next. The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count at 3-2.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And he missed with it. Ball 4. So that means now the potential tying run will move into scoring position at second.
Number 4.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, George Springer, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion.
And he has come through big time, as this ought to tie the ball game and maybe even get him a lead. And the run will score all the way from first. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
You know, it's awfully difficult to score runs late in the game after being down by 1-0.
What an AB right there. Now you got to grab your leather and go out and flash some D for the boys.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. Play at the plate, and he's out. A great throw. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Bottom of the 7th now from Anaheim. Get up and stretch. It's the Astros 2 and the Angels 1. Next up, the 2-way Japanese import, Shohei Ohtani. And Dan, he and his fellow top-of-the-order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action. And they just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
Ready for another chance? Justin Upton. He was a double play victim last time around. High pop-up. And there's out number 2. Here's Albert now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. Two balls and a strike to the Angels' first baseman. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Verlander's ready. Here's the 2-1. Line drive to left. Kemp is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Angels go down 1-2-3. Our score remains 2-1. Here's the Now Mike Scioscia's up out of the Angel dugout on his way to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change, as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. Justin Anderson is on to pitch here in the 8th with nobody out. Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. There's a look at the final line for the Angels starter. He was on point from the get-go this evening.
Carlos Correa.
Digging in and looking for more, Carlos Correa. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The 1-1. Popped him up. Maldonado moving to his left. And he brings it in on the warning track. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. And here's one that misses to the Houston catcher. It's 2-1 now. The 2-1. Liner toward right center. Trout is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Astros. They still lead it 2-1. Standing in, Andrelton Simmons. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
The 1-2. Gets him swinging. He struck him out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Well hit to right, but that's a foul ball. Verlander's starting to run up his pitch count. He's at 75 thus far. The 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. 1 out, nobody on. Grounded to third. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
D-Road, he's been locked in from day 1 of this season. It's continuing right now. Anything that is around the strike zone, he feels he can get the barrel to it, and he continues to hit line drives.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Line drive to left. Kemp will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out, number 2.
Right fielder number 50.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up.
Now
Cole Calhoun will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. Line to the right side. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Angels leave 1. They're down 2-1. Back now at the Big A as we get a look there at the great city of Los Angeles. 9th inning set to begin. Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And this pitch misses here. It's ball 4. And they've got a leadoff base runner aboard to start the 9th.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Josh Reddick. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Evan Gattis now standing in. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with one away.
The batter.
Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp. No hits to this point. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Up next for the Astros.
Here's George Springer. He's got an opportunity to add to this lead, but the double play is in order. The count now at 2-1. Hit high and deep to left field. Upton going back at the track. The wall. Gone. It's a grand slam. So one swing, and he unloads the bases on that one. Home run number 5 on the year, and it's now a 6-1 ball game.
Yeah, you've heard the saying, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Well, that was the case here. Bases loaded, facing the best power hitter in the lineup, and he showed why he is so feared. He knocked it out of here with a vengeance.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. Cannon Middleton enters the game with one gone in the top of inning number 9.
Number 39.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Middleton.
Looked at off the plate for a ball. Middleton, a native Oregonian. He was selected in the 3rd round back in the draft of 2013.
Hey, this middle round selection is still developing, but he's doing it at the big league level, and he has a lot of time to get his tool set ironed out.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And he takes ball 4, so he's on. And as you know, that often means the steal could be in order here. Riding in once again, Carlos Correa. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And there's strike 3, so we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. But the damage done here is the Astros get 4 runs on the grand slam. Last chance coming up here for the Angels. It's the Astros 6 and the Angels 1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Astros.
At the plate, Martin Maldonado, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. All even at 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So it's a good start for the Halos as their leadoff hitter reaches base.
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get that one to left field.
2 balls and a strike to the Angels leadoff hitter.
This is one of those classic cases of the right guy at the right spot. They need to get a rally going, and this is maybe their best hitter, so he's the right guy in the right spot for this team right now.
And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game. And they've really got something going here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd to start the inning. Next up, the 2-way Japanese import, Shohei Ohtani. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Line drive to center field. That's in there, base hit, and not in time as the run scores. A tag, and they get him at the plate as 1 run scores, but not the second. Here's Justin Upton now. In terms of previous meetings with Joe Smith, he's only 2 for 10. Ready on 0-2. And Upton swings and misses on a good pitch, and he's set down on strikes for route number 2.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Line drive to left. But he will make the catch on the hard-hit ball out there, and that will conclude matters here as this ball game is over.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. The Houston Astros jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Justin Verlander earns win number 4 on the season. Garrett Richards pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Astros, 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Angels, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. The winning pitcher is Justin Verlander. His record is now 4-2. The loss goes to Garrett Richards. He falls to 3-3. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 1 minute. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.